you're going to learn how to do an eye, a beautiful eye, an incredible eye using pencil, but pastel pencil. Meet Cuong Nguyen. Cuong, step on camera so we can see you.
I'm here. Hi, how are
All
you?
right. Well, are you all ready to do this?
I am ready.
Okay, why don't you get your easel set up while I show everybody what you do?
All right, I do that.
All right, well, you're watching Cuong Nguyen, and this is Art School Live. You're going to learn about mastering eyes. And this is a man who can teach you a lot about mastering eyes. He does such incredible, beautiful paintings. So let's get the ball rolling here, and we'll find out more.
It's Art School Live with Eric Rhodes. Now, here's your host, Eric Rhodes.
Welcome to Art School Live. This is the show where daily at 12 noon, lunchtime in the East, we show you art lessons, and we give you segments of things that you always need to learn or be reminded of, and that's what we're doing here today. And of course, our guest is Cuong Nguyen, and he's going to teach you about eyes. We have a prize for comments today, and it's a subscription, a digital subscription to Fine Art Connoisseur magazine, one of the top-selling art magazines in the world, and you will get an opportunity to have your very own copy. Leave comments, tell us where you're from, and you will have an opportunity to be possibly chosen. We have an ebook for you, 45 pastel pointers from the pros. We went to some of the top pros and wanted to find out the best tips for pastel painting. This ebook is yours at pastellive.com/45 tips. I want to remind you guys that you can subscribe to this show and find everything on YouTube that we've done, hundreds of episodes. And just go to YouTube and put in Streamline Art Video or Streamline Art, and then hit the little notification bell so you know when we're going live. Also, follow me on Instagram if you don't mind. That'd be really cool. We have a winner of our prize from yesterday, Kathleen Penor Schnomish. I'm sorry, I probably butchered your name, Kathleen, but it is the easel brush clip. You'll be getting that in the mail. You'll hear from us soon. All right, now let's get right to our guest, Cuong Nguyen. Cuong, you're in San Jose, California. Is that right?
Yes, I am in San Jose, California.
And we'll tell everybody a little secret, and that is that you had to close the windows because the dog was barking. And so we're actually baking you in the heat today. So thank you for doing this.
I'll try my best.
All right. Well, you're going to do great. I'm going to let you go ahead and start teaching. Here we go.
All right. So good morning, everybody. So today, because of the time limit, I already have a little sketch of the eyes, and I use two kind of shade of browns. The first one is more like red browns. So I simply make a little sketch, and I fill with values. I'm blocking the shadow here. Here's a little bit darker browns. I'm using for make sure that all the drawing are correct. So when I have the drawing, the foundation is almost there, I can be more confident to draw a little bit darker.
People are going to be asking me what kind of pencils you're using, what kind of paper you're using.
All right. First, let me introduce the materials. The paper is Sennelier Lacarte, and the colors of the paper is dark gray. That's my favorite color because it's mid-tone, it's neutral, and easy for you to build up with value. You can go darker and you can go lighter easy on this paper. And the color I'm using here, the pastel pencil, I'm using Capitello pastel pencil. And you can use any kind of pastel pencil with the technique I'm teaching you today called Verdeggio or the green foundation. I'm going to use green to turn this eye, build up the skin around it to turn it to very realistic. But first, we need to focus on the drawing. Drawing is the foundation of everything. So if you really want to do a good portrait, I suggest you need to draw, especially eyes. Eye is the money maker. For my teacher always say, if you want to do a portrait artist, you have to draw eyes all the time. And you see what I'm doing here is do one of the study eyes. And you see that I'm using that technique here, cross hatching. I'm weaving all the light together. And later on, I don't all the colors gonna merging together and turn it to a skin tone. Let's having fun. All right, so the next step we're gonna do, I'm gonna add some highlights here. The reason I'm adding the highlights, again, because I like to control the values. Always think about values all the time.
The minute you added that white to that lid, it started giving it form.
Yes, let's create the form, it's showing the structure, and you know what to control. When you have, you see the darker shadows in here are going to be darker, but now I'm going to add a little bit of lighter here so I can know that exactly what's going to be. A little bit in here.
What is the pencil number that you're using?
Oh, this number is 801.
All right. I remind you guys to leave comments. Tell us where you're from. You have an opportunity to win a digital subscription, a 1-year subscription to Fine Art Connoisseur magazine.
You see, I've used lots of cross-hatching technique here to create the texture for the skin tone, and I'm trying not to use my my finger to blend the pastel, because this technique called vernacular technique, where I'm gonna put the green foundation right after this. If you use lots of blending, you're gonna make the color become very muddy. That's what I don't want it to. All right, so before I go for the ring foundation, I go for the darkest values here. It's the center of the iris, the pupil here. When I was younger, so my teacher were forcing us to drawing eyes every day. And now I'm teaching for my student. I always say the student have to draw at least 100 eyes to understand the structures of the eyes. Would you draw the eyes all the time so you understand the structures and you have some knowledge about anatomy? So when you're working with the live models, and if you stay too far away, you can use your knowledge to fill up the gap.
Are you recommending they draw them always from life or for photos? What are you recommending?
I would recommend it both. If you have somebody luxury to have somebody will pose for you, that's the best. But if you don't have it, you photograph. Use your own eyes. I used to study my eye to look at the mirror, but you can also use a photograph nowadays if you wanted to.
You can also draw your own eye, right?
Yes, correct. You should just look at the mirrors and do that, like self-portrait of an eyes of an artist. You see a lot of, cross-hatching technique here. But in the end, they all disappear. They all merging together. All right. So if you notice in my hand here, I have the green colors with 3 different shades. I can read down a number if you're curious. It's the lightest one is 570. The mid-tone is 575, and the darkest one is 585. And I'm going to start with the lightest one first. Going to put some green on. The lightest values in here.
Now, I'm not understanding why you're using green because I don't see any green in the photo.
Yes, I will talk about this right now. That's called Verdaccio technique.
The
Um,
what?
Verdaccio in Italian
Oh,
is mean
verdaccio.
green.
Yeah,
Yes,
verdaccio.
it's been used for before the Renaissance in Italy. Um, People use for oil painting. They use for fresco. Um, I think about 15 years ago, when I had chalk mural artist, then I decided to using the technique on pastel, and I think if it's work for oil, it should work for pastel. So that's why I tried the techniques on paper and using pastel, and it's worked well. So now I'm
Well, that's
teaching
very
you.
innovative. I've never seen anybody do that in pastel. I learned how to do it very early on in school um,
Yes.
with oil painting, but I never thought about doing it with pastel.
Yeah, so now you see I'm the one who created the system. That's how I'm teaching people around the world, and I'm very happy to see that the system will work very well for many artists, and they be able to do a lot of commission. I'm very happy with this.
Now, I'm going to go back real quick and show some of your work because now I want to look at it. Let's see here. Now you guys can see. Now we're going to see that the impact of the layering once we see him stack the color.
I played color here. I will continue to talk about the next color, what I'm using. I played with cool and warm next to each other. Um, no blending or cross hatching technique here, or using chalk to weaving all this the chalk together and turn it to the skin tone. You will see that.
You know, when you watch Art School Live, you learn new things every day. That's why you should
right.
tune in every day at noon. Right now, it looks like the eye of an alien.
I think so too. All right. So I have green, right? Okay. So let's make sure I have all the only control. I'm working with color and values. I have to control the color and the value at the same time. It's a little bit tricky for the beginner, but it's good to understand it. Values is very important here too. All right. So I come back with the next color is to shade the color here. You can see them more like yellow ochre kind of tone. Yellow ochre is warmer than green. So you see, I can gonna add some yellow ochre on the green foundation here. I have to do a little bit faster than usual because the time is limited here. I will try my best.
You're doing great.
Oh, thank
Everybody
you.
give him thumbs up and applause. A little encouragement never hurts.
Oh, thank you.
Now, where are you
It's,
from originally?
oh, I was from Vietnam. I was from Saigon.
Oh, I see. And is that where
Yeah.
you learned art?
I'm sorry?
Is that where you learned art or did you learn in the States?
Oh, I learned art when I was in Vietnam when I was 10 years old. Yes, I have three teachers before I come to United States. I have three master. So let's fill up with the darker yellow ochre here, and the number is 615. If some of you there have a notebook, and some of you are my student there, you already know the system. You know exactly what I'm doing here. Patient is the key, okay? I'm a little bit doing fat in here, but always control the values and the form, okay? And then the color.
A lot of different ways to skin a cat. This is really
Yeah.
fascinating to me.
Yeah. I forgot to say this. The eyes is my model. His name is Sean. So Sean will let me take pictures of his eyes. So
Thank you, Sean.
thank you, Sean. You somewhere there. All right. Yellow. The next step gonna be this color is more like a lavender, 642. All right. I'm gonna go on top of this. The pressure is medium to light. You can see it turn into the skin tone very fast.
Wow. I thought you were going to pick a pink or something,
Yeah,
kind of a lavender.
there you go. Lavender play on top of yellow ochre, on top of green.
What instrument do you use to sharpen your pastel pencils to such a point?
Oh, I just use here you go. Break off knife.
Can't
Simple.
carry that on airplanes.
I can. When I'm travel, I have to have my student in different country. They bought it for me first. I can't carry those thing on an airplane though.
Now, these are pastel pencils, right? Not just regular colored pencils?
This pastel pencil is very expensive actually, and it's very easy to break. So you have to really pay attention to take good care of it.
But it looks like it's worth it.
Yeah.
And you said those were made by Sennelier?
Yes, the color, the paper is Sennelier, and the pastel pencil is from Capotello.
Capicello.
Yeah. It's fun, isn't it? All right. So we can see that it's no longer green here. You still have a little bit greening in the shadow, but intentional we're gonna have green because we want to play with the warmness of the skin tone.
Right.
If you just use a loss of warm color and you think that's a skin color, it's gonna look pretty flat. And in real life, human skin have a lot of colors in it, and I always tell my students, don't be afraid of color. With green on it, with blues on it, have fun with it, okay? All right. The next color I'm gonna ask is a very important color. It's a 680. It's kind of warmer tone, yellow, earth tone yellow here. Time to work a little bit more detail now. It's good to understand the human eye anatomy. So when you have the upper lid cover on top of the iris, going to create a shadow. And because there are the wetness in the eyes, the warmness in the eyes, so I think it's important to have some knowledge about this. And because I'm a portrait artist and I do a lot of commission, and the eye is where the customer, the client, they want to see. They only want to see a beautiful eyes and how to make the eyes come alive. So it's very important too. So you need to learn a lot if you want to be a portrait artist here, okay?
Yep.
All right, so let me come back with adding a little bit highlight back here. Then I'm gonna start work on the detail inside the eye, and we're gonna go back outside the eyes again. And we're gonna be finished maybe in 10 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Thank you, sir. All right, so let's work on the eyes here. Before I go for darker, I always think what I learned by observing that around the eyes always warmer. Like the upper lid, I always add more warmer color. And like tear ducts here, warmer. If you want to test, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna stay up for 24 hours. You can see how red your eye is. Right? or you cry, that's the emotional part of the eyes. The redness make the eye more alive. You
So
can
if you
see
make
it's
it
that
too
look.
red, if you make it too red, though, it'll look like you've been crying.
You're gonna turn it down for, all right, we will. Okay, so I'm coming back with the darker colors. So I'm gonna take care of the iris first. This is the darkest part of the eye here. Talking about values here, right? Darker,
Yeah.
lightest, mid-tone. We have to think about it all the time. Even you're working on that one eye or you're working on entire face. Always think about this.
Now, what are you going to teach on Pastel Live?
I'm teaching the demo from live. One of the very beautiful model. I'm working with her for the last 10 years. She posed for me, and her name is Megan. Working from live for entire portrait.
Oh,
It's
wow.
gonna be
Oh,
fun.
wow.
You can see how I started from the drawing stage, from the Vidaccio stage, from the layering the color, and then final for the details. So it's gonna be very fun. If you out there are curious about my technique, then just sign up for Pastel Live. You're gonna see me.
Yeah, by the way, we have a materials list. Everybody who signed up for Pastel Live has your full materials list.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful.
Thank you. All right. So here's the foundation here. I only use black. I'm not gonna afraid adding colors in it. I'm gonna add some blues in it.
I'll tell you what, Cuong, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back and let you finish it up. Does that sound like a plan?
Okay, so good.
All right. So our guest today is Cuong Nguyen, and we're really happy and honored to have you, Cuong. So hang
Thank
on one
you.
second. We'll be back in just a minute.
Have you ever wanted to learn to paint in pastel but don't think you have the talent? Most master artists will tell you that painting is a skill anyone can learn. If you follow a process, you too can paint beautiful artwork. You could spend $3,000 or more to attend a live workshop or convention. Or you can learn from the world's finest for a fraction of the cost at Pastel Live, the world's first virtual online art conference devoted to pastels. 3 days of world-class artists demonstrating in portraiture, landscapes, still life, the human figure, cityscapes, color mixing, and more. Get to know other artists and instructors personally through our breakout sessions. And we'll even paint and draw together at the end of each day in the safety of your own home. Make new friends in our breakout sessions. Paint with hundreds of others. Get private access to our exclusive members group to become part of our community and learn to take your artwork to a higher level. Pastel Live is 3 full days of pastel instruction from the world's best, August 19th through the 21st. And for people who want to learn painting from scratch, start with our Beginner's Day on August 18th. Soon you'll be painting faces, people, flowers, scenery, objects, and other subjects. You'll see your artwork improve faster as you learn from top artists and instructors from all over the world. Sign up today and join the world as we learn art together from these amazing artists. Peter Adams, Marla Baguetta, Stephanie Birdsall, Terry Ford, Albert Handel, Barbara Janicki, Kim Lordier, Cuong Nguyen, William A. Schneider, Aaron Schur, Jill Stephanie Wagner, Tara Will, Tony Allain, Deborah Stewart, Desmond O'Hagan, Lana Ballett, Gwyneth Barth White, and many more to be announced. Why not use this time to learn a new skill so you can amaze your friends and family with your paintings? Pastel Live from the publishers of Plein Air Magazine. Sign up before August 15th and save up to $300 off the retail price.
Well, I want to thank our sponsors. We had a lot of really great sponsors in Pastel Live, and I won't mention them all because there's too many on the slide to mention, but just world-class sponsors, and they get very involved. They do their own sessions as well. We've got an amazing faculty, many of which were not mentioned on that video because it's a little older, but absolutely world's top pastel artist. And we got a massive group of people who are coming on board. So it's really terrific. So anyway, we're thrilled that you're potentially going to come. We hope you'll come Pastel Live. Now let's get back to Cuong Nguyen. Cuong, welcome back.
I will continue to work on this inside the eye using this very light gray. Remember when a lot of people think about the white part, a sclera thing is white, but it's never white, okay? It's kind of muddy color, but it's not white, it's not yellow, it's not blue. It's got a mix of lots of colors in it. So when you're working on that
flesh
part,
colors in there too.
yes, it reflects by the colors around out the environment too. So never put white in it because it's white and make it look very odd. Okay.
Yep.
And if too yellow, if you put too much yellows in it, then that person needs to see a doctor. What I think. So anyway, so let's continue work on this, and I would like to add a little bit more of the warmer color in the tear ducts in here. A little bit warmer, the lower lid, a little bit warmer. Okay, I love it. So let's add dark black here. That's where the part is touching the sclera, so make it softer. The upper, let's create the shadows in here, so make it a little bit softer here. Okay, and then is this the part when the eyelashes come out. I'm not a big fan of doing a lot of eyelashes in here, so I'm just make it simple, soft, like this. I think if you drawing eyes every day like I do, you're gonna fall in love with this. It's just so much fun to draw somebody eyes, especially somebody you love. Or drawing eyes of your fathers, your wife, your mom, then you would think how amazing the structures of an eyes.
Cuong, I want to tell you something. I just had to mention this. Svetlana is sitting on the beach in Latvia by the water, watching on her iPhone. I think that's very cool.
Oh, that is so cool. Well, lucky for her. I'm in my studio, hot, very hot here, and she's sitting on the beach. Wow, good for her.
Yeah, in Latvia, no less.
Wow. Let's add a little bit more. You see that the green is still there.
Yeah.
And it makes the color glowing.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Now looks like you're using a mall stick, but is that one something you just made yourself?
Yeah, I just make it myself because usually I don't use it that much, but today the studio too hot, so I have to use some. So I'm not touching the lacquer paper. You know, it's a very sensitive.
Hands are swimming.
Yeah, it's very sensitive paper. It's beautiful, but have to be careful with the moist and the water here. So my hand are kind of sweaty right now, so I have to be very careful.
Yeah, if you missed it earlier, Cuong has had to shut the windows in his studio because the dogs were barking. If you guys are enjoying this, please give a thumbs up, applause, heart, or certainly share it so friends of yours that you think will enjoy this would get a chance to see it. And tell them something about it that you've learned from it so that they'll be interested.
So when you see now, I try to match the skin tones in here. I come back with the color lavender colors. This technique you back and forth with the lavender and with the yellow ochre colors. You see, I never blend them. It's just you're gonna start. If I do my home like this, I'm gonna do this, very careful, wheezing, turning the direction to build up
Yeah.
the muscle. I'm scrubbing it, make it rounder. Continue to working on this side a little bit more.
It looks so lifelike.
Yeah, thank you. Put on this. A little bit of highlights in here.
You know, I've had my portrait painted by some of the world's top artists. I think 26 or 28 different portraits. Never
Wow.
had it. I've been drawn, but I've never had anybody do a pastel portrait.
All right. I think I do both oils and pastel, but my love for pastel, I have to say, is very different. And I love drawing, and this technique is for people who love drawing. It's here for you.
You know, I was saying something yesterday, certainly not to insult anybody, but a lot of people want to learn to paint, but they're intimidated by paints and brushes and everything else. And I said that learning pastel is kind of like when you were a kid learning to, coloring with crayons. It's just more sophisticated and you can do so much more with it. And I think it's a great opportunity for somebody who wants to learn to paint to start out learning in pastel.
This is true. It's you play with colors and you put colors together. I think it's pretty fun. I love pastel. Now, even you do the eyebrows, you have to think about the anatomy of an eyebrow. Okay, you don't just cover it like this. Think about the way it's in the eye socket here, so a little bit darker in here.
So it's turning under.
Yeah, and then let's come up to the bone structures. Some of the hair is still inside, some of the hair come outside. I think if you do this, I have many people asking me, I can be a makeup artist. Well, but I'm not sure I want to do a makeup artist, but understand
it'd
the
take
color.
a long time because you'd have to lay in the colors layering over one another.
Yeah, you're right. So, but working on an eyes and bring it come alive is fun. You can see that. I'm gonna add a little bit of browns here, dark brown.
Getting a lot of compliments about what a great demo this is.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy that people enjoy it. And again, keep doing eye, 100 eye, 1 eyes a day. Only 1 eyes a day. You don't have to do a lot, just 1. Okay, just 1 eyes a day. And in a month, you can see how much you learn. You can learn a lot. Just do 1 eyes a day. Just spend 15 minutes, just draw in 1 eye. So.
All right.
I
Okay,
almost
let's
there.
take it. Let's get everybody to take a pledge. You put it in the comments if you're willing. For the next
Yeah.
30 days, I will draw 1 eye a day. Who's gonna take the challenge?
Yeah, 1 eyes
right.
a day.
Okay,
And,
put it in the comments if you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Somebody said you do sidewalk chalk art. Is that true?
That is true. That's what I started in my almost 20 years ago. I do sidewalk arts. Yes, Italian chalk art sidewalk called Madonaro. I travel to different countries to do chalk murals. Yes.
Are you still doing them?
Only for a very special event.
Yeah.
I used to do like 10 events a year and travel everywhere, but now I'm very selective now. It's because of the timing. I have so much work to do, so I can't do it. So that
It must be very time consuming.
Yes, very tired. I'm getting old now, but usually like you have to knee on your knees for 3 days.
Oh my.
Working on it. Yeah, it's working like 3 days, 5 days, Saturday, Sunday, and it's very tired.
Yeah.
But it's getting there.
Oh, very rough surface too.
Yeah, very rough surface, and I lost all my fingerprints, some boy. Yeah, and it's it's you have to use painkillers all the time because it's the next day you can't even get out of bed. Sometimes it's hard.
I never
It's
thought about
but it's
that.
fun. But it's fun. It's I'm almost there, you guys.
Oh, it's just beautiful.
Just a little final detail. Make it more fun here.
All right. So somebody said they will try to do one eye a day. Try is a cop-out word. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't hold yourself to a goal, you'll never get anywhere.
Well, try it is good, right? It better
All right.
than say
Try is
nothing.
better
Yeah.
than not at all.
Yeah, not at all. Try it with me. Try it with me. One ice a day, okay? One ice a day. My teacher will always say one ice a day. And even now I'm teaching, I always tell my students to one ice a day, and they love it. When you start have one eye, second eyes, and you're gonna frame all the eye together. It's gonna be very beautiful, and learning a lot from that too. Learning a lot to just one eyes a day. So I almost there. How much time do I have here, Eric?
How much time do you need, Kong?
I don't. I think I need about my 5 more minutes. Does work?
Okay. Well, you got it. We'll give it to you.
Yeah. So I'm looking for like now time to go back for detail. I make sure that I block in the shadow again. Make it darker, but if you have to closer look, you see inside underneath of this brown color is still green. Um, I'm trying not to take the green away because they blend together. That's the part of the intent to make the green foundation, so it make the skin tone look more alive. Here.
If you guys are tuning in late, you're going to want to watch this again because it was an incredible. He invented a technique for pastel that's not been done in pastel before, that has been done in oil. So you're going to want to see that. A lot of different colors in there. It looks very alive.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Thank you.
So you've used I'd say about 9 or 10 colors. Is that right?
It's about 9 to 10 colors. You correct. It's about that. Yeah, it's very limited color actually, but it looks very rich already.
Yep.
Because what we're doing here is playing with warm and cool and different shade and different values. So it looks similar a lot of color, but actually it's not. Actually, less than 10 color. You were right.
Yeah, I was trying to count how many I remembered. I'd like everybody to try this idea of drawing eyes. I think it's terrific. Do an eye a day. Now, if you agree, just say aye, aye.
I'm gonna add a little bit more blue inside the shadow area. The thing is, we're working with photograph and photography. It flat out everything. I think when you're working with photograph, I believe you have to use your knowledge as well. Don't just copy the photo. Okay.
Well, photos lie because they blow out the lights, they increase the shadows.
That's right.
Oh, we got a lot of people committing to doing an eye a day now.
Oh, I'm so happy. Really?
You're changing a
Yes.
lot of lives there, Kong.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's do one eyes a day. One eye, just simple one eyes a day. Okay. Seriously, you don't have to do color like this. Just do graphite, just do a sketch, just do simple one eyes a day, okay?
Those of you who
I-
are watching from places that are in lockdown, like Australia, you have no excuse. You need to do an eye a day now.
that's right.
Well,
One eyes a day.
you might be working from home, but you can draw an eye while you're on the phone.
That's right. Well, I don't want them to be in trouble too, right?
You know, since I started doing these broadcasts, I've been doing them, my studio and my office are in the same place. So when I'm on conference calls and people can't see me, I'm painting
Oh my God.
if they're audio only.
And now you say everything now. So your boss is gonna know that.
I am my boss.
I love it.
Yeah, he might fire me if he finds out, though. I'm excited about seeing you do a full drawing from life on Pastel Live. I think that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
Don't get a big head now, Cuong.
Well, if you have time to do another eyes and nose, lift, you have the whole portrait, right? Okay, I think I'm pretty much done now. And I would like to say I'm done. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Now see if you could get the camera real close so everybody can see it a little closer. Is that
Right, let
possible?
me- Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah. See, it comes alive even more when you can see. Oh, just look at that, everybody. Thumbs up and applause. That is spectacular.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Well, come back on camera so we can see you.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
here.
Excellent. Well, you're sweating up there in that hot studio, but
I'm sweaty.
you
I'm
are
sweaty.
a rock star.
Thank you,
Cuong
sir.
Nguyen, thank you so much for being on today. We're honored that you would join us. And we have put the link to your website. I encourage everybody to visit the link in the comments. And of course, we'll see you on Pastel Live next week. Wow, it's hard to believe.
Yeah,
And,
thank you, Eric, for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, I'm looking forward. We haven't met in person. I'm looking forward to that. I'll have to come over and see you.
All right. Thank you.
right.
You have a good day.
Take care.
Thank you,
All right,
everyone.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. So our guest today, Cuong Nguyen, fabulous demonstration. I hope you enjoyed that. He's going to be part of Pastel Live, and we are excited about that. That's next week. This weekend, you're going to have a chance. Let's see, today is the 12th. You've got 3 days to save $300. And of course, there's the beginner day, if you want to just take the beginner day. And thanks again to our sponsors who are really helping us support this thing and get it rolling. And we've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of artists. They're going to be attending from all over the world. And we hope that you will join us on Pastel Live. Remember to subscribe to this show. And also you can find on YouTube all of the past programs. And also if you'd follow me on Instagram, that would be really cool. Thank you so much. Tomorrow we have Susie Baker is going to be on the show. Susie is an incredible artist, and I don't know what she's going to paint tomorrow, what she's going to teach, but you're going to want to make sure you come in for that. Thank you for being here today. Thanks again to Cuong Nguyen. I'm Eric Rhodes, publisher of Fine Art Connoisseur Plein Air Magazine. We are here on Art School Live every weekday at 12 noon, teaching you little segments on how you can improve your art. And we hope that you'll share this with other people so that we can teach more people teach more people to art, to learn art. My goal in life is to teach 1 million people to paint. I don't know how close we're getting. We've had our largest audience so far on this broadcast has been 150,000. And we've got 71,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you subscribe, if I get over 100,000, I get a plaque. That's pretty cool. I can hang it back here on the brick wall. Anyway, thank you so much for being here today, and we will see you again tomorrow. Monday, we have the great Michelle Dunaway is going to be on the program. You don't want to miss that. Also, Susie Baker tomorrow, Michelle on Monday. And then the rest of the week, I'm going to be in Pastel Live, so I'll be doing replays. So, but you'll be on Pastel Live anyway. If you want to learn pastel, even if you're an oil painter, watercolorist, or acrylic painter, go ahead and give it a shot. If you try it for the first day, even just take Beginner's Day. If you try it for the first day and you're like, I don't dig this, let us know. We'll give you your money back. We think it's worth it, and we think that you would not take the risk otherwise. But if you know you can get your money back if it's not worth it to you, you don't feel like you learned anything, then just let us know and we'll give you your money back. All right. And that's true on Beginner's Day or the whole event. So if you watch one day of the whole event, which is a 3-day event, and it includes the world's top masters, but also includes interacting with you guys and getting to know one another. We have a lot of fun on this broadcast. So we'll see you on Pastel Live. Make sure to get signed up before the 15th. And thank you for watching today. We'll see you. Bye-bye.